Hi everyone. We are starting a series where we celebrate the success of our students and discuss their journey to cracking big tech companies and packages. This discussion is for you all, where you get exposure to what big tech companies expect in their hiring process and what it takes to crack these companies. Now, without any further delay, let's meet the today's guest. We were surprised to find out that this student has given back-to-back interviews for 23 hours straight on his day one. So what's till the end? Hi Vraj, welcome to the podcast.
Hi Shrikar, thanks for having me here.
Firstly, congratulations on cracking your first full-time job with Postman. I believe you cracked a great CTC too. I believe it's 25 lakhs if I'm not wrong.
Thanks for mentioning that.
So before we discuss your journey, can we have a quick intro of yours?
Hi, my name is Vraj Tamakuwala. I am a student at IIT Roorkee Computer Science branch. I come from Surat district of Gujarat, and recently I have cracked a full-time job offer at day one, and I am very happy to share about that.
So Vraj, how's your life after placement?
It's a bit relaxing as compared to before placement. Many trips are ongoing at the moment, and many trips have been planned also.
Okay, great.
So it's a very relaxing state after placement.
Great. So how are your parents and friends, what are they saying?
Parents are obviously very happy about that, and they also feel satisfied that no, my child had done something good in life and is achieving something. They are very happy.
So Vraj, today I'm representing a lot of students who are aspiring to crack such big tech companies, such good packages. So some of my questions could be very specific because we want all the viewers to have maximum learnings from this conversation.
Sure.
Great. So let's start with your childhood. So how was your schooling and how was your prep for JEE?
My entire schooling was based in Surat itself, and right from the beginning I was quite a bookworm.
Okay.
And up till 10th class I focused only on academics and nothing else. It was in 11th when I got to know about JEE, and it is the same period when lockdown hits. So it was quite a challenging task. But somehow I managed to crack JEE and got a seat into IIT Roorkee.
Great. That's amazing. So you got a seat at IIT Roorkee, right? So when you are going to IIT Roorkee, you must have had some kind of expectations. So what were your expectations and how was your first experience at IIT Roorkee?
So initial experience was not good because I was going far from home for the very first time. So initial few months went into homesickness only. But apart from that also, on the very first day, I met a friend of mine who had a very quite good JEE rank, and after that, I keep on meeting people with very great minds and that. Apart from that, also, I didn't expected that the IIT Roorkee campus would be such lush green and such large campus. So that was something which was beyond my expectation.
So in your first experience, you got to meet a whole bunch of great minds and also a great campus, right? So in your first initial couple of years, so what all did you get to explore? I mean, other than academics, what all did you explore?
Right from the first year, I talked with many seniors and many batchmates also, and they just kept on telling that to keep participating in various hackathons that were being conducted throughout the year. In the very third month when I entered the campus, hackathon was being conducted. So me and my friends group participated in that hackathon, and from that hackathon, I got to know about 3D blending tool called Blender. I developed a skill of 3D modeling. After that, I just keep on going on, and in second year, I decided to make a game by myself. It was
great.
A simple 2D Pokemon based game. So that was learning which I got from my second year. These are some projects which are apart academics. In first second year, it was said that the CGPA that you maintain in first second year is the best time when you can make a CGPA score. After that, it just deviates by 0.1, 0.2. So I focused on that part also and kept looking into academics as well.
Okay, so you're focusing more on the academics so that you can have the final CGPA in a better direction.
Yes.
So this is something, a lot of aspirants would want to know. So when did you decide that, you want to get into SD role, and how did you decide on that? So were you exploring different options? So can you just walk us through that journey?
Yeah, in my mind, I had two options like SD and Quant. So we got to know about what to prepare for Quant roles and what to prepare for SD roles. Definitely, I tried both parallelly, and I felt that Quant was not in my domain, and I was not much interested in Quant domain.
Okay.
So then I shifted to SD domain. In SD domain, I was yet to figure out that which field I want to opt. There are multiple fields like data science, AI, ML, or web development or app development.
Yeah.
There are various fields.
Yeah.
So in that, it was yet to figure out that which domain to pick. So I started by AI ML domain at the very first, because during my internship also and seeing the current era of AI, I felt that it would be the most needed course and it would be most required skill in industry at this time. So I opted for AI ML and started researching about it and started building various projects from then onwards.
So this is right after your internship or during the internship?
You can say that some things are before internship, like not going into quant was before internship.
Okay.
And taking AIML role was after internship, when I saw what the company actually needs, what the company want their employees to learn and want their employees to do.
Okay.
So switching to AIML and choosing AIML was after internship.
After the internship. So you worked on some projects on AML after the internship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in internship also, when I went into the company, they were trying to leverage AI as much as possible. So this is what I found out, that having AI as a skill or AI ML as in your knowledge base would help in any company.
Got it.
Whether it be a well-established MNC or a new startup.
Got it. So that's how you chose AML as your domain.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So in general, people have this misconception that IIT है तो IITian है तो कर लेगा, right? IITians can crack anything, or anything is a cakewalk for IITians. So what is your take on that?
I believe that this misconception is completely false. Even in IIT also, we have our own challenges. In IIT also, there are many people who don't get placed at the end of final year, because the comparison is completely relative. So even if you scale up yourself from what you were outside IIT, you are compared from those who are within the IIT. So you need to keep your knowledge level increased, and you need to keep a check on what others are also doing.
Okay.
Because at the end, what companies will see that it's a relative grading. So if you are good in that domain, they will, and some of your friend is better in that domain. So the company would definitely hire him and not you.
Okay.
So even within IIT, there is a very tough competition. So I feel that this misconception should be avoided.
So now let's go to your internship prep. So Vraj, when did you start preparing for the internship seriously? And can you just walk us through your preparation journey?
Yeah. So we get to sit in our internships season during the initial beginning of our third year, which is in somewhere around July. So depending on my learning graph and my speed, I just started it 6 months before, that is previous December.
Okay.
And I started by doing competitive programming, as it was advised by my seniors itself.
Okay.
That competitive programming would play a major role apart from CGPA.
Okay.
So I started in that, and beside, I also worked on my skills by building various projects, and I also studied theoretical concepts, because like internship is in third year first semester. So from a 2-year grad, company doesn't expect much technical knowledge, but they do expect the theoretical knowledge. So I started preparing for theoretical knowledge of all the subjects that were covered up till 2 years in my college.
So when you say theoretical knowledge of the subjects, so you meant the courses that you had as a part of computer science. Okay. Any particular subjects you feel are very important for this?
Yeah. So up till 2 years, like first 2 years, you might have gone through computer architecture and organization course, which is quite important in SD role.
Okay.
And another was operating systems course, which was also quite important in interviews, because many questions were straightforward from the theoretical knowledge of what an operating system is.
Okay.
Because at that level, you won't be implementing operating system by your own. So theoretical knowledge is just sufficient for that time.
Yeah.
and other subjects like database management and computer networks were also asked, but we were free to tell that those topics are not yet covered because they were to be covered in third year itself.
Okay.
So we just skipped over that, and interviewers were already fine about it, that no, they have knowledge up till now, they will be studying those topics later on.
Okay. So in the other subjects, if you're able to answer well, then
Yeah.
you get a choice too.
Yeah, if you know and if you have worked in that specific field, then you can definitely answer that.
Okay. So yeah, so can you walk us through the entire preparation journey, right from second year December
Yeah.
till, the moment you went for the internship or, sitting for the internship.
Yes.
So what all have you done? So it was competitive programming majorly. So you were solving
Yeah,
all the
it was competitive programming by I used a Codeforces called platform.
Okay.
Apart from that, I also prepared for DSA, whereby I used a platform called Lead Code.
Okay.
And I was consistent in both the platforms.
Okay.
And which helped me a lot also. And I followed this for 6 months and sat in interviews.
Okay.
Like set for online assessments before interviews, and I was able to clear many OAs also, and got shortlisted in various companies, and at the end I was selected for Samsung
Samsung. Okay.
as an intern in Samsung.
Okay. So when you said you cleared multiple companies OAs, which is the
Yeah.
online assessments, can you name the companies that you've cleared?
I cleared a company Oracle.
Okay.
I was shortlisted in Zoom Info also. Zoom Info, by the way, came for the first time in India to hire at that time.
Okay. Okay.
And recently it is not hiring any more batches.
So you cracked Samsung, and then I think you must have gone for the internship after the third year.
Yeah,
Right, third year summer.
internship period is after the third year ends and
Mhm.
before the fourth year starts. You get a 2 months break
2 months
from the
internship.
college itself, and whereby you have to do internship within that 2 months
Okay.
or 3 months depending on the company. The
Okay.
college can extend your leave also. It is completely fine. So depending on the company policies and their criteria, you get a 2 to 3 months internship.
Okay, cool. So before we get into your internship experience, since you've attempted multiple OAs, multiple companies OAs, can you help the viewers understand what kind of patterns or what kind of questions or what kind of topics, what kind of sections are covered in these OAs and also the interviews?
Okay, so OAs are basically majorly focused on if you target for quant companies, then it is purely based on CP, competitive programming, which Codeforces will benefit you for that most.
Okay.
But if you go for non-quant companies, software companies, then you will have to focus more on DSA. And for that, I would suggest Lead Code as your platform, or NextWave itself is a upcoming new platform for that.
Mhm.
So I chose Lead Code because at that time NextWave was not there. So I started preparing DSA from Lead Code, and the topics that I prepared more were graph, dynamic programming, and trees.
Okay.
So these are the three topics that were frequently asked in multiple OAs of various companies.
Okay.
So these are the some topics that are highly recommended.
Okay, graphs,
Dynamic programming, and trees.
And trees, okay.
Yeah.
And can you help us understand the pattern of the exam too? Like how many questions do you get, and what's the difficulty level, when compared with Lead Code?
It's completely based on the company.
Yeah.
Some company have 3 hours and 4 questions. Some company have 2 hours and 3 questions.
Okay.
And some company would also have 1 hour and 2 questions.
Okay.
So it's completely up to the company, and it varies year by year. That it is not sure that this year, suppose a company X has asked 2 hours and 3 questions. It's not necessary that next year it will ask the same.
Okay.
They might vary.
So the pattern can vary year on year.
Vary,
okay.
But more or less it remains same. That is 1.5 hour to 2 hours time slot. You need to solve around 3 questions, which among which 1 or 2 will be of medium difficulty, and at least 1 hard question will be there.
1 hard question, that is in terms of Lead Code level.
Yeah, Lead Code level.
Lead Code medium and Lead Code hard.
Yeah. If the company is offering high paying role, or is good in reputation, then you might get more of difficult questions.
Okay. So more hard questions too.
Yeah.
If it's a big company.
Yeah.
So you have only one section, which is the coding section.
Yeah.
No aptitude or anything for most of the companies.
Most of the company, there is no aptitude related questions.
Okay.
There is only OA questions, but some companies prefer aptitude knowledge, especially those companies who are focusing or coming with a particular role. Like we want to hire ML engineer or AI engineer, or we want to hire full stack developer.
Okay.
If company comes with that particular role, then it will ask regarding that role only, and it won't
Okay.
focus on your DSA skills.
DSA. Okay.
But more or less, DSA is the key. And apart from that, you need to know the fundamentals also, CS
it.
fundamentals that we call.
Got it. So for most of the companies that are coming for SD role,
Yeah.
DSA plays a key role in the
Yeah.
preparation. Got it. So that is for the OA. Now once you clear the OA, then comes the interview part. So
Yeah. Once
used to
your
have-
OAs are completed, then you will get shortlisting that these candidates are shortlisted, and based on that, you will be called on interview. Interview could be either like a face-to-face one-on-one interview, or it could be a virtual interview also,
Okay.
depending on the company's mood and company's criteria. After once selected in interview, depending on the company, there might be 2 rounds, but there will at least be 2 rounds.
Okay.
Okay, so there
So that's
might be,
including the HR or
yeah, that might be
can-
including
okay.
HR.
Okay.
Those companies where only 2 rounds occur, the final round would be tech plus HR round.
Okay.
First round is compulsory for tech domain, tech related. Second round is more or less somewhat tech related also, and somewhat project oriented, while it would include HR. If second round is not including HR, then you'll be having third round as HR.
Okay. So that varies from company to
Yeah,
company.
it varies from company to company.
Got it. So after all this is done, you went for the internship
Yeah.
into Samsung, right?
Yes.
So that's in your third year. I mean, after your third year.
Yeah.
So how was your first? I mean, I believe that's your first experience or professional experience with the company.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how was your experience there at Samsung?
Experience was quite good. Like I got to know a lot of stuff about what company internally does, what it tries to optimize, and how it tries to optimize, what resources they use, like some external resources they use to leverage their facilities, like leverage their benefits from that. So I got to know about that. Another thing that I got to know that how industry level code is written and how they maintain that code.
Code base.
What are the industry level standards that we need to follow, which we usually don't do in our day-to-day campus college projects.
Yes.
So that is one aspect that I learned from there. Another was mentorship and like connecting with good mentors and your seniors, your peers. Was one advantageous thing that I found in Samsung itself. Like there is no senior junior type thing in Samsung. What I felt in Samsung, there was no one was senior and no one was junior. You can address them any way you want. You can just address them by their name, or you can just tell them as your colleague only that I have problem in this, help me fix this, or help me review my code, is it good or not. You can just share your thoughts that I am thinking this in this direction, though it might have been written in some other direction. You can propose your idea also, basically. So there is no restriction in that, and new ideas are always welcomed in a MNC like Samsung, which I have faced personally.
So you're saying you're free to share your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you're free to take support when needed.
Yes.
Yeah, I think today with majority of the companies, that's how it is. Be it with MNCs and also the startups. I think you're trying to say, there's no boss culture kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's no hierarchy as such
No
when it comes to work.
Yeah.
Great. So I believe you must have learned a lot of new things there because you're working for the first time with the company.
Yes.
Right. Now, how did this internship experience, again, next comes your most crucial part, which is a placement preparation.
Yeah.
So all the prep that you have done in the first 3 years is on one side, but whatever you do in the last 4 months or last 5 months before your actual placement start, which I believe starts from September or October. I think the OA starts from September or October. So how did you manage this hectic schedule? And I think some of the students even start preparing right during the internship. So were you also preparing for the placements during the internship?
Like it depends. Like some people wait for their full-time offer after internship. We are given full-time offers if the company wants to.
You get a PPO.
Yeah, they give us PPO if they wants to hire as a full-time employee. So either you get a PPO and you won't be allowed to sit in the placement season, in the upcoming placement season, which comes in fourth year and first semester, end of first semester. And if you don't get a PPO, or if you reject a PPO, then you are free to sit in placement season. So for it depends on many students. Like some students wait for their PPO offer and prepare after that. But in my mind, I was pretty much clear that even if I get a PPO, which I did, I was going to reject it. Because there was some, like I didn't want to join a R&D based company. Company is very good, but it was my personal choice,
Okay.
and due to some locations also,
Okay.
I personally didn't prefer that location, so it was my personal decision. So I was quite aware of that I was going to reject my offer. So I started my placement prep during the internship only.
Okay. Okay.
Like after my half or like 50 or 70% of internship work was completed, I used to devote 1 or 2 hours in the day for my placement preparations.
So you used to go to the office,
Yeah.
work for
Yes.
8 hours or 9 hours, and then come back, and then you
Yes.
prepare for the placements. Okay.
Yeah. It was the same time, like during my internship only, and when I made my mind that I'm going to sit in my placement. I got to know about NextWave and found the platform very interesting and fascinating. So I just enrolled myself in that platform and started practicing on daily basis.
Okay. So I'll tell you something interesting. So every student who was a part of this NextWeb platform, so we were actively looking at each and every effort that you guys were putting in, right? So we had a clear roadmap prepared for this placement season, which was starting in the month of, I mean, the interviews which was starting in the month of December. So we had everything planned, but we were also looking at how many of these students would be consistent. I'm not sure if you're aware of this stat, but just within a span of 2 months, that within 60 days, if I'm including Sundays too, without a break, you've done, or you've completed or attempted more than 87 contests, right? So when I say contest, it's just similar to it's like a mock online assessment, right? So we tried creating or simulating the mock online assessment or the online company's online assessment, where we've done it for Apple, Goldman Sachs, Samsung, multiple companies ka. But to our surprise, you've done more than 87, right? So that shows a consistency. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but it's a very big number. 60 days mein 87 contests is not a small thing. And not just that, beyond this contest, or beyond this mock test that you've taken, you've even solved another set of 150 questions, right? So we already had an idea ki okay, Vraj is definitely going to get a very good placement, and that is the reason you were also selected into the special batch, which was the Next Wave Titans. You were a part of Next Wave Titans, which
Yeah.
you already know. So the criteria for us, in picking someone into Next Wave Titans batch was also that we were looking at the consistency.
Well, that numbers were quite surprising to me also, because I didn't focused on bigger picture. I just thought that today is the day. Today I have to attempt this mock contest, and today I need to solve at least 2 questions on the coding platform. That was my goal, and I didn't thought of that how much questions I would be able to solve within 1 month or 2 months. I just focused on one day.
Got it.
Like this much. Uh, every morning I planned that these things, like solving 2 coding problems, giving 1 mock contest, studying this theoretical topic. I just planned it out whenever I woke up in the morning, and
Okay.
at the end of the day, I just used to go through that list.
Okay.
That how much of this is completed and how much would be carry forwarded to the next day.
Okay.
So I was just focusing on preparing and completing that list.
So जिस दिन का उस दिन you are focusing on that.
Yeah.
So I think that becomes very easy, I mean, from a student point of view too, because someone says you have to solve 200 questions or 300 questions, or you have to solve 80 contests.
Yeah.
It's मतलब सुनते ही people will be like अरे ये तो बहुत मुश्किल है, right?
Yes.
So but I think I love that approach. You were just focusing on just one day at a time.
Yeah.
You're having your own day plan, making sure you're solving all these things, both from the mock test or contest point of view, and also solving some additional problems.
Yeah.
And also going through the theory part, right? For the CS fundamentals, I believe.
कहते हैं ना बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है.
हाँ, so exactly. I mean, that's what I was about to say. So yeah, I mean that's amazing. So yeah, what else? So what else were you preparing with?
Apart from this, also I was studying theoretical concepts, which I had written notes of myself.
Okay.
So I was keep on revising that. I was consistently doing this and following this curriculum throughout about 2 to 3 months, from July to September till OS started.
Okay.
In the end of September or first week of October, the OS of company started. Once the OS start, you have multiple OS lined up. Initially, it starts slowly by just by scheduling some OS only on the weekends. Then the pace or frequency increases. Then
Okay.
the OS gets scheduled each day of the week,
Okay.
but after your academic hours. Like if your academic hours or college hours are 9 to 5,
Okay.
then after 5 p.m., all the OS would be scheduled, and the end time of OA would not be decided. Like it is not necessary that it would last up till 5 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Okay.
It can extend also.
Okay, it can go beyond. It can
Yeah,
it can be in the
can be
midnight too.
overnight also, midnight
Okay.
also.
So 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
So
and all.
as the days increases and as you approach November, then the OS frequency keep on increasing, and you might face many sleepless nights because
Mhm.
of OS also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the most like hectic day that you had? How many OAs did you attempt in a day?
In a day, as far as I remember, I attempted about 4 to 5 OS
Okay.
continuously, apart from my college hours.
Okay.
And that was day when I had my final end term exams also.
Okay.
So OS won't wait, companies won't wait for your final exams. They can schedule anyway. It is up to your placement cell that whether they want to schedule an OA during your end term exams or not. But no matter how many conflicts they avoid, there are 1 or 2 OAs that are scheduled. So unluckily for me, I had exam in the evening from 2 to 5 p.m. on that day, and from 5 p.m. to about 12 or 1 a.m. the next day, I had a few OAs planned up.
Okay. So you have exams, I mean, interim exams,
Yes.
classes going on, and then you have OAs too.
Yes.
Okay. It's very hectic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one is your preparation part, but how do you mentally prepare yourself? Like, it's very, very hectic. So how do you, keep your calm?
For mentally preparation, I used to do meditation
Okay.
each day in the morning, at least about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Even if you do for 30 minutes, it's quite good. And I've been doing this since past 6 to 7 years.
Oh, great.
Since I was in 8th class. And no matter what you feel during meditation, it always results positive. It helped me stay calm in such stressful situations where many things are clashing and many things need to be done in very short period of time.
Okay.
So meditation helped me a lot.
Okay.
Apart from that, my friends group also helped me a lot. Like they all received their pre-placement offer,
Okay.
and I was the one who was sitting for placement. They used to help me throughout the semester.
Okay.
Like some friends helped me solve the questions. Some of them gathered some questions for me, used to ask me questions regarding like a brain teaser question or some
Okay.
puzzle questions. In fact, I assigned one of my friend that each morning, from now onwards, each morning, whenever you meet me, just ask me a random puzzle question. So it gives them also a challenging task that no, I have to ask him a question.
Yeah.
And it advantages you also that you will get a new question asked.
Every day.
Every day you get a new
Yeah.
question, and you don't need to search for the question.
Yes.
You directly get the question, and if you want, he can explain the solution also.
Great.
So I have assigned one my friend that job also. Apart from them, some helped me in academics also. Like I was completely focusing on my placement preparation, so I kept acades aside. So one friend was helping with me with my project work, and one was helping with my academic like assignments and other stuff. So having your friend support makes these things quite easy.
Got it. Got it. So you've created a whole ecosystem around you. And I think, I mean, your friends were also pretty supportive.
Yeah, they were very supportive, and I'm very grateful to them also.
Great, great, great. Cool. So I think once you're done with, the OEs and also your interim exams, and when do you get the shortlist?
Like after end term exams end, which is in 20th November, around 20-25th November, all these shortlist starts to come, and within a short span of 5 days, among all the companies shortlist come, and it's quite challenging to see that I am shortlisted in this. Oh, this OA went well. Why am I not shortlisted in there? So it's quite challenging to see, but within 5 days of time you get all the shortlist, and from the 1st of December itself the company interviews start.
So what all companies have you shortlisted for?
I was shortlisted in companies like Microsoft, Misho, then it was Inmobi, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, CBA, and Postman and Vex. These were the companies that I was shortlisted. Apart from these also, these were the actual shortlist that I got. But on the day of interview, as the interview day progresses, you get calls from various companies also that this company has extended the shortlist and you are now shortlisted for that. So there were few companies like ThoughtSpot and Media.net in which I
Okay.
was extended.
Okay. So overall, like more than 8 companies.
Yeah, overall more than 8.
Okay, great. So these companies were lined up in on day 1 or day 2? Like when were the interviews scheduled?
All the companies that I mentioned were on the same day.
Okay.
Apart from Microsoft, rest all the companies were lined up on the same day. The interview process is like there are 4 days given to them for all the companies. Like it is all across the IIT from 1st to 4th December. They need to conduct interviews of all the companies that have visited up till then.
Okay.
So a particular day is divided into various slots. Let's say 4 slots, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. Then from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the evening
Okay.
is slot 2. From 3 to 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the night. And from another
Again 10 to 2.
10 to 2 is another slot.
Okay.
So these are various slots, and within a slot, about 5 to 6 companies visit, and
Okay.
all the shortlisted candidates are requested to attend all the interviews for a given slot.
Okay. So you had all these companies on the same day.
Yeah, they were on the
Okay.
same day but different slots.
Okay. So how many interviews you had to attempt in a day?
In a day, as far as I remember, there were 6 to 7 companies and each had at least 2 rounds.
So you cleared like what first round and went into the second round
Yeah,
for every
yeah.
company. Okay. So that makes almost like 12 to 14.
12 to 14 interviews.
12 to 14 in just one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like my day 1 started at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
I was shortlisted for my first company was Misho. I
Okay.
gave 2 rounds. After
Back
that,
to back.
yeah, 2 rounds
Okay.
back to back.
Okay.
Like first round was general round. Like it was tech oriented round whereby you were to write a solution to, like you were to code a given problem on paper.
Okay. Okay.
After that, based on that, they would listen to your approach and your code also. After that, they would progress you to a technical come HR round whereby you would be asked on your projects and theoretical knowledge.
Okay.
Misho had quite a long shortlist, so they conducted only 2 rounds for software role.
Okay.
So after that, I was shortlisted in InMobi, and it was from around 1 p.m. in the evening.
Okay.
Result of Misho was yet to come.
Okay.
So I just went on and gave the interview of InMobi and Insurity also.
Okay.
There were 2 companies in that
In the
slot.
same slot.
In the same slot.
1 p.m. slot.
Insurity and
Okay.
InMobi.
Okay.
There were clashes between them, but the placement cell manages
Managed
those
it.
clashes.
Okay.
So I went to first round of InMobi, came out from there, then went to first round of Insurity, came out from there, then again went to the second round of InMobi, came out from there, went to second round of Insurity, came out from there.
You got time to have lunch?
No, on that day I didn't had my breakfast, I didn't had my lunch, I didn't had my snacks also, and as the day was progressing, I was aware that I won't be able to have my dinner also. So for that, I was very hungry, and my friends were also very careful that I might have not eaten anything. So they called me and asked me that anything to bring for you or not. So they brought me chips packets and something to eat. So that was managed by my friends.
Yeah.
And I don't need to worry more on that. I was just focusing on the interviews.
Yeah.
And after the slot ends, you will be getting your results within 2 hours of ending that slot.
Okay.
So that it is the time when you would be aware that do I need to progress in further slots or my placement has been done.
Okay.
If you are hired by some company, selected by some company, then placement team manager would call you and say you that you are been hired and no need to go in further rounds.
Okay.
So I was waiting for that call, and in that hope only, I just keep on giving my interviews, and this way the entire day went out, and I didn't got a call up till 11 p.m. It at night it ended at 11 p.m. The third slot ended, and I didn't got any call from the first 2 slots.
Okay.
So I was very much disappointed at that time, but I didn't let my morale down at that time, and I was just focusing that these round 2s are left of these companies. These are yet to visit. Like Postman and Vex were later slots, and at that time another company like ThoughtSpot or MediaNet were already interviews were going on. So I didn't thought much of what result came and what happened in the past. I was just focusing that this is what is in my hand. This is what I can do. So I just focused on those interviews and keep on giving the interviews as and when possible.
So this is after 11 p.m.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
after 11 p.m. So for Wax and Postman, it was again the same, from one room to another room to third room to fourth room, and it all lasted up to 4 a.m. in the morning.
Okay,
So my
it's-
last interview, that was of Wax.
Mhm.
Wax second round was my last interview. It lasted 2 hours roughly. I don't know exact time, but
Mhm.
roughly it lasted 2 hours, and unfortunately it didn't well as per my expectation,
Mhm.
because I was of course I was weared out at that time.
You were giving interviews almost like 24 hours, 5 a.m. in the
Yeah.
morning till 4 a.m.
Yes.
23 hours.
Right after the interview, I felt that I was not up to the point, but still I had a hope that they might select me, because
Mhm.
it went too long, and interviewer was also seemed a bit satisfied with my responses. So
Okay.
I was expecting that they would give a positive response,
Mhm.
but it ended the other way. So after 4 a.m., I just asked the placement guy that are there any interviews lined up for me? So he just told me that there are no more interviews. You can go and have some rest. Again, the next day, I was shortlisted in a company which was scheduled at 8 a.m. in the morning. So I was just, up till that point, I got no positive response from any
Mhm.
company. Only two companies' response were left, Wax and Postman, which were scheduled at the end. So I slept without any worry that what would be the result. I slept at around 5 a.m., woke up at 7 a.m., and got prepared for the next interview scheduled at 8 a.m. At around 7:30 next morning, I was just wearing my suit for the interview, and I got call from the placement team that you have been selected and no need to come. So that was the time when I was at my peak happiness.
Nice.
So I was just getting my coat up and I got a call. Immediately I told my all the friends that were present there. I called my home and made them inform that I got selected in these companies.
Nice.
So
I can see, that happiness in your eyes.
yeah,
I mean, you're trying to, relive that moment.
yeah, it was quite a satisfying moment that after this much rush the previous day,
Mhm.
finally it paid off.
A happy ending.
Yeah,
Nice. I mean, your story shows a lot of grit, right? I mean, you were very consistent right from the beginning. Be it on lead code, be it on, Nextwave's platform. And in one day, you had to give like, almost like 12 to 14 interviews back to back for 23 hours, right? Not even having your meals, right? Just maybe, surviving with a bunch of chips and biscuits. That's it. That shows a lot of grit. Now, but at the same time, how, I mean, I'm just curious, how did you prepare for your interviews? Like any specific preparation that you have done for the interviews? Because you were solving a lot of like questions on lead code and also
Yeah.
Nextwave platform. But any specific preparation that you have done for the interviews?
yeah, I two things I did. One was the next way mock interview thing that I was aware of.
Okay.
Like I scheduled a mock interview right few days before my actual interview. Like it was about 27th of November, and I was
Okay.
having my main interview at 1st December.
Okay.
So I had great experience in that also. And one was scheduled a bit earlier,
Mm-hmm.
like 2 months ago.
Okay.
So these were two mock interviews that were scheduled by Nextwave platform itself.
Okay.
And the key learnings from this were like it highlighted what were my strengths. Like if there were to be a DSA question in the interview, I was able to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
But few internal topics of C++ or OOPS related thing, I wasn't able to catch up those topics or point out the exact error, why error,
Okay.
like what the error was in the code or what
Okay.
key functionality it was missing. So this interview highlighted my strengths and weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
and based on that, I planned my further revisions accordingly.
Okay.
That I need to focus less on what is in my strength area, because
Mhm.
I already am satisfied with it,
Okay.
and I need to focus more on the parts or topics which are in my weakness section. So these interviews played quite a good role in that.
So in your mock interviews, who was the mentor that you had an interaction with?
One mentor that I remember of was Mr. Abdi Ali. He was working at Oracle, or presently working at Oracle, and he's a IIT Kharagpur alumni. He pinpointed my strengths and weaknesses right after the interview, which helped me a lot in planning my further revision sessions. So I would really like to thank him that his valuable feedback helped me a lot in my placement journey.
Good. So you you had a mock interview session with him, and then he also gave you a one-on-one feedback
Right after the interview.
right after the interview.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, so that's one part. And what else?
Secondly, I also connected myself with a few of my alumni, like few of my branch seniors only, who passed out a few years back.
Okay.
One was my mentor, Priyansh Bhandari. I used to send him that my resume for screening, that for this role I am preparing, this is my current resume. What changes do I need to?
So more of a resume review.
Resume review.
Okay.
Yeah. I used the GPT also for that. That highlight these points, or highlight core red flags interviewer might catch in this resume provided.
Okay.
And also I used GPT for mock interview also. I gave my final full drafted resume and told him to grill me as tough as possible based on the
Resume.
company name, resume, and role I am preparing for.
Okay.
So GPT also used to provide some questions, and based on that responses also it used to provide, and the next steps that you should follow.
Okay. So other than these, I think even during the interview day, you must have done some prep because you're giving multiple interviews.
Yeah. So during the in between interviews also, though I didn't think much of how the interview went, but within myself I somewhere knew that these were the points which I need to focus more.
Okay.
Like in some interview, one project of mine was not clearly explainable, or not clear, the interviewer was not able to understand it. So after the interview I got to know that I need to change the way I am explaining that project.
Yeah, got it.
So that the interviewer clearly understands it.
Okay.
So self reviewing just after the interview, in fact I did this for majority of my online assessments always also.
Okay.
Whereby I gave a test. If it didn't went well, if I was able to solve the question, well and good. If I am not able to solve the question, I used to come to my hostel room, discuss it with my friends, and we combinedly came to a solution.
Okay.
So self reviewing is a key factor that helped me a lot during whether it be interview or online assessment.
I think that's a very important exercise that everyone should follow, but at the same time, with balance, because you are very clearly mentioning that even if something didn't go well, you are not disappointing.
Yes.
Right? But you are focusing on what learnings can you pick from that particular OA or that particular interview, so that you can perform well in the next interviews or the next OAs. Great. That's one amazing quality. Definitely, I think that must have played a key role in your journey, I believe.
Yeah, definitely played a quite majority of role.
Great. Yeah, Vraj. So we had a great conversation, and I'm pretty sure the viewers that are watching this session are getting a lot of insights from it. Are getting a lot of takeaways from this. Now we have a few bunch of questions. That the next batches or the upcoming batches are asking when they got to know that you've placed in a company with 25 lakh CTC. So we'll be shooting these questions to you one after the other. Maybe you can just give your take on that. Right. So the first question is, I think these are the questions which majority of the students have. So how important is the CGPA for the placements?
The same question I had in my mind when I was preparing for my placements. As per my experience, CGPA plays a role, but not that significantly. In my college, if I were to mark out CGPA, 7 plus or 7.5 plus is good. You would be able to sit in majority of companies, but it doesn't mean that you won't, if you are below 7.5 or 7, you won't get any companies. There do comes company for that range also. So it is not that it plays quite a role, but it plays some part of it. It plays a role. Yes.
Okay. So you're trying to say that it's not the only factor.
Yeah.
But it plays some important role, but it's not the only factor.
Yes.
So you will still have companies, but what do you think is a minimum CGPA that people have to maintain? And what is the recommended CGPA that you tell?
Like minimum, I would say that 7.5 or 7 is safer zone. Above 7 is a safe
At least
zone.
7 should be maintained.
Yeah, above 7 is safe zone. I would recommend above 8 if possible.
Okay.
Above 8, you are
You'll have more
you feel
companies.
free. Yeah, you just don't worry that I won't be able to sit in the OA of this or that company based on my CGPA.
Got it.
You are free to sit in all the companies because all the companies are above 8 plus.
Okay. Cool. So that answers the question. So here comes the next question. How important is the branch for the placements again?
Branch also plays a crucial role in that. I am from computer science branch, so computer science branch is eligible for almost all the companies.
Okay.
Apart from computer science, the core branches like electrical, mechanical, electronics, and DSAI. These were the branches that majority of companies were open for. And yes, apart from this, MNC, mathematics and computing, was
Okay.
also given equal importance as computer science.
Okay.
So these were the branches that were opened by majority companies.
So
Apart,
this is at
yeah.
IIT Roorkee.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
the stats of IIT Roorkee,
Okay.
which I am aware of.
Yeah,
I am
got it.
not very well aware of other
Got
colleges.
it. Got it.
So these are stats of IIT Roorkee.
Just on a contrary, let's say if someone is from maybe civil
Yeah.
or let's say biotechnology or any
Yes.
other branches, so what would be their chances? Matlab, will they have companies? Matlab, will they have any eligibility for the companies, or is it absolutely zero?
Like it completely depends on the company. If
Mhm.
they have a fixed mindset of taking these branches only, selected branches only, then they won't extend that criteria.
Okay.
Placement cell tries to bring company open to all branches.
Okay.
But it's completely up to company. They will have choices.
Mhm.
There are multiple companies that are open for all the branches.
Okay.
So they will have chances. But in that also, they need to focus more on, if they are preparing for SD company, then they
Mhm.
need to sharpen their skills in that specific domain.
Domain. Got it.
Because
they'll
the
have-
ratio of
Yeah.
companies opening for them would be less as compared to other companies.
Okay, let's compare to CS, computer science,
Yeah,
and other
core
branches,
companies.
core branches. Got it. Cool. So someone who is from circuital branches or mechanical and mathematics
Yeah.
At IIT Roorkee would have more number of companies. They'll have whole bunch of companies
Yeah.
coming in. But for the other branches, it's not absolutely zero, but they'll still have
They'll
some
still have-
companies, but
yes.
less than
Less than
the other
previous-
branches.
Yes.
Got it. So the next question we have is, so it's coming from one particular student. So he's asking, if I want to get into an SD role, what kind of a project should I pick and how many projects should I do?
For the first 2 years, I wasn't aware of. I thought that more varied the domains of project would be. I would be more eligible for that. Like it would
Okay.
look good in my domain. If I have one project of full stack development,
Mhm.
I have one project of AI related.
Mhm.
I have one project in game development. So I thought that it would help me in my resume selection.
Because you
But-
have some diverse
Yeah,
options.
because I have explored many options.
Okay.
But later in my internship, I realized that company won't focus on your diversity.
Mhm.
They would try to know that if you have done this project, how much you know about it.
Got it.
Like if you have tried a AI ML domain, how much in depth you know about that domain. So what I would suggest is that even if you don't explore multiple domains, don't do projects in multiple domains, the domain that you select for doing projects, you do it very well, that you deep dive in that, so that if an interviewer asks you anything about that, you would be able to answer him.
Okay.
So projects plays a role, and projects plays very important role, because almost all the companies second technical round is based on projects only.
Okay.
So projects should be taken very care of. Like it is not just that you have done something in group and something that was not your part in that, your contribution in that project, you are also mentioning that. Their interviewer can catch you very easily that
Yeah.
you didn't perform it, and based on that particular project, no matter other projects that you have mentioned were up to the mark and beyond the mark,
Okay.
not up to the mark, beyond mark, but impact of that project would reject your candidature.
Got it. Got it.
So to take care of that, the projects that you do it very well, and rather than horizontal learning, that is exploring or doing various domains, or getting surface knowledge of various domains, I would recommend that deep dive into one specific domain.
Got it. So here you're suggesting everyone to, instead of focusing on the quantity of the projects,
Yeah.
it's important you focus on the quality.
Yes.
And any project that you pick up, you have to know the breadth and depth of it.
Yes.
Great. Cool. So I think you already covered this part, but I'll just ask the same question. So how do you prepare your resume?
I have used ChatGPT and my mentors for my resume preparation. Like I used to send them my resume and tweak the key points that won't be advisable to keep in that resume.
Okay.
So I have used, like, one mentor I would suggest I talked of was in Databricks. He's 2 years working in Databricks, and I messaged him and told him that can you do my resume verification, or can you suggest me some points that should not be in the resume. So he gave me some insights regarding that also, that these are the red flags that should be avoided in your resume.
Okay.
Like using very high level of English is also not recommended.
Okay.
Like many high level words like orchestrated or architectured, that should be keep less. That
So you
should
have
be
to keep it
avoided.
simple.
Yeah, keep it as simple as possible and to the point as possible. Just don't give out the words that I did architectured this and this from end to end. Just keep it simple and tell what you have done.
Got it. And I mean, there's a follow-up question to it. So do you recommend a one-page CV, one-page resume, or more than one page?
It doesn't matter because nowadays all the CVs are sent through e-copy and no physical CVs are sent. So it doesn't matter a lot. But keeping it one page would be simpler for the interviewer to highlight the points and ask about.
Got it. So one page is recommended.
One page
usually.
is recommended, but not necessary.
That's not a mandatory.
Yeah, it's
Got
not
it.
mandatory.
Got it. Cool. And we have the one last question, the final question coming up. So, I mean, looking at your journey, if you look back, like in all 4 years of engineering, now that you've already cracked a company with 25 lakh CTC. So, looking back, is there any regret or anything you feel you could have done different so that you would have had maybe even better outcome?
I won't say that it is a regret, but yes, I could have done pretty well if I were aware of this horizontal versus vertical learning pattern before my second semester, before my second year.
Okay.
I came to know about this when I interviewed myself in internship before the third year, after second year. So it was at that point when I came to know that vertical learning is preferable as compared to horizontal learning.
Okay.
So if I were aware of that factor 1 or 2 years before that, I feel that I would have done better than this.
Got it. Great. So that ends the questions. Great. So thank you so much, Vraj, for joining us here and discussing your journey in detail. Any last piece of advice that you want to give our viewers?
Only 2 points that I would like to mention is that you should start early. That you should not wait too much. Like देखा जाएगा जब होगा तब placement season जब आएगा तब देख लेंगे. You should not think like that. You should prepare it from the first year or second year, or whenever you get time to do that. So starting early would be one thing, and another would be consistent in whatever you do. If you do a particular thing consistently for about 2 months, then you'll be at different level in that particular domain.
Got it.
So be consistent in whatever you do. Doesn't matter what industry expects it from it. So consistency and starting early would be the 2 key points that I would like to share.
Great. I think these are very important piece of advice that students should have, starting early and also to be consistent. I think anyone who's starting early and also being consistent can definitely crack pretty good companies.
Yeah. I have seen with my eyes itself.
We are also seeing you.
Okay.
Right. So I think you started right from your second year, and you've been very consistent since then. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we have a live example right in front of us. Right. All the students are watching this. We have a live example here. Right. So starting early and being consistent are definitely something. A couple of very important things which I believe everyone should prioritize to level up themselves. Right. So that's it for this conversation, Raj. Hope to see you soon again. Thank you so much for joining us again, and all the very best for your first full-time job from the Intern Next team.
Thank you very much. It was great to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching till the end. If you want us to include your questions in the upcoming podcast, please comment below.